YouTubers. Okay, today I'm going to show you the papercraft Desert Eagle. Before this, I think I scrolled through a lot of YouTube channels about paper guns like Desert Eagles, USB or Glock or something else, but I also saw a lot of them says it works with retractable trigger or something called as blowback functions. I think it's impossible to build a blowback function on a paper model because the paper model is quite not very quite sturdy as well. So I think those are fakes. Okay, so now I managed myself to build a paper Desert Eagle that really works with a retractable trigger, even with a hammer and a blowback slide. Not blowback at all, it's just retractable. And this only cost me 3 days to build the weapon prop and its mechanism, and took around half of the day to spray the whole weapon prop. Now I'm going to show you what my Desert Eagle have on it. Okay, first of all, as you can see, the model is quite sturdy even though it was made from papers only. Okay, I want to mention that no cardboard was involved in this making process, only layers of papers to make it quite sturdy. And the materials, rubber band and papers. Yep, that's all. Only 2 materials needed to build this Desert Eagle. Okay, let's switch on to the features. Well, you can see we got the sights quite accurate at all. Okay, that I can say that this is the easiest part in the making of this papercraft. Sights, it only took me around 2 minutes to build it. Okay, from this side we can see the switch. Okay, the fire switch, the fire mode switch, but it just doesn't work in this paper structure. I think I built this for deco only, to complete the structure of this Desert Eagle. That's all. Okay, as you can see, how can I say it was sturdy enough? Because any platforms, I built it for around 5 minutes and above, because I was pasting layers of paper without spoil it. Okay, for example, the hammer. You can see the hammer is not just a piece of paper. It's like been layers of it. So why have been layers of it? Okay, let's say when I pull the trigger, okay, so it won't be easily folded, it won't spoil the structure. That's all. Okay, secondly, you guys can see the hammer is retractable as I mentioned just now. Okay, I'll show you how come it is retractable. How did it done? Okay, I just using a rubber band, I tied the hammer with its structure together. So for example, when I pull the hammer, it will retract to its original position. That is just a piece of cake. Simple. Because paper models doesn't support tendency like springs. It will destroy the structures of the paper Desert Eagle. So I use rubber band to act as the springs. So I didn't manage to install springs inside of it. So most of all, the retractable functions is support with the rubber bands easily. Well guys, okay, let's move on to the next feature. It's also about the retractable functions, which is the trigger. Yep, you can see when I put it and I release it, it moves to the original position and it is retractable. And I made this for deco purposes only. It doesn't shoot. Okay, when I pull a trigger, it doesn't shoot. I didn't have the idea or concept of being pulling the trigger and it shoots the bullets inside the Desert Eagle. I still didn't have the idea to figure how to do it. Maybe in the future or sometime else when I have the idea. Okay, so it is retractable as I said. I also use the same concept same as the hammer. I tie the trigger and the structure together, so when I put it, I release it, it comes retractable. Okay, that's all for the trigger. Okay guys, let's move on to the next feature. Okay, as I mentioned, these two thing was retractable, the trigger and the hammer. And now we move on to the interesting part, the main point of this Desert Eagle. Okay, you can see that the slide is retractable and it is movable. Yep, that's all. In the real world, you can see the Desert Eagle when the slide was pulled, the hammer also goes downwards. Yeah, I built it as same as the real world Desert Eagle structure, almost all of it. Okay, why is this retractable? Same concept with the trigger and the hammer. See the piece of yellow thing inside there? It's a rubber band. Okay, I pull, push, it retracts. So actually the slides and the weapon body is two different parts. Okay, that's why I tie them together to make it retractable. It's easy. Okay, and it auto holds in there, the paper stuck on it, holds in like that. And to release it, push a little bit here at the structure, it will make the paper straighten the paper. See, it retracts. That's all for the slides. Alright guys, let's move on to the last feature of this papercraft Desert Eagle. Okay, what's the last feature? The mag. It is removable. Okay, sorry guys that I didn't manage to build the mag release button because I still didn't have the idea or concept or sketch to build the mechanism of the mag release button. So very sorry about that. And I just easily build a mag holder and it's clipped. So I'm gonna put this aside. Okay, in this mag we got munitions inside of it. Yeah, munitions like this. In the real world, the bullets looks like this. Okay, the head of the bullet is rounded. Okay, round in shape. So most of it I took around 2 or 3 minutes to finish a bullet, so it was quite easy. Now I think it's almost finished for the introduction of my Desert Eagle. I think it's time to show you the reload. Okay, the reload action. Follow me on the next video. Thanks.